Lots going on today. I told you guys on your weekly videos that I expected a lot of news in the early parts of this week. I did not kill anybody. This is not why this plastic is here, nor did I wet my pants. I had my car in. There was some sort of light that went on. There's nothing. When has a dealership ever said, hey, don't worry about it? Never. So, a lot of news going on. As I said, today I woke up. We clients messaging me all morning. I'm getting horses jogged and trained. Hi. We had a couple of horses I wanted to work on this week. No. We had a couple of horses I wanted to work on this week. So I. Oh, can you take those bags out, ma'am? Bags out? Yes, please. So I get to the barn. I get a call, a message, bunch of messages. Ohio. They have a meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. They believe they can be back qualifying May 16th. Great news. A little tricky in the sense that it's still closed. Their borders are kind of closed. Well, the federal border is still closed. I guess if our horses went down, which they could, the problem right now is the quarantine stuff, right? So even if Jason left today, he couldn't technically go to the track for 14 days, nor could I. So I think we'll let this play out in the sense that Stonebridge Simba's already down there. He's going to begin racing right away. I believe what's not talked about in that press release is if everything goes according to plan and they get racing, they still have to push the stake races a bit for the 3-year-olds, I believe, because it's not a big deal that Anthony McDonald can't go there and race. Anybody can race them. Problem is that nobody from Pennsylvania or Indiana or anywhere else can go into the state. That's my understanding. Now, I had conflicting reports. I was told June 30th the border restrictions and the quarantine restrictions would be lifted from the American side. I don't know what Justin Trudeau's going to do. I don't think Justin Trudeau knows what Justin Trudeau's going to do. So if they do lift the quarantine restrictions, I'll be honest with everybody, I'm leaning towards maybe taking all the horses over, qualifying our Ohio breds and Pennsylvania breds, and maybe at Northfield, and I might go over there for a month. Depending on...
Did you get your muffin?
I didn't get anything yet but drinks. Thank you. You have a great day. I may just go over there for a month or 6 weeks, and I'll leave it at that for now. We'll see. Obviously, everything's fluid. The best thing we heard was that we're going to hopefully get back racing. So New York, Jeff Gurrell said he's reached, it's pretty hard, for the people that get angry at Jeff Gurrell, it's pretty hard. Sure, does he use his political clout? Absolutely, as he should. He's not an idiot. Secondly, for Jeff Gurrell, again, he could have stuck to his guns and said, I'm not opening up my tracks until we get our slot money, until we get our casinos open. He had every right to do that, and I don't think anybody realistically could have blamed him. But now he's going to open up his tracks without the slots in. So people can say what they want, but obviously there's at least a glimmer of respect. There's a lot of respect there for the horsemen and what needs to be done for horse racing. So thank you very much from a guy in Ontario that may not personally race at your tracks this summer. I appreciate what Jeff Gurrell just did for the horsemen of New York. Thank you for that. So we have confirmed date of June 14th. At least I think that's probably a soft opening. That's a line drawn in the sand with a stick in Indiana. June 14th. May 16th qualifiers begin with an end of May start hopefully in Ohio. New York, I didn't read the press release for the date, but I knew they said they were going to start opening up. So it's May, 12th, 10th, 11th, 10th, 11th or 12th in the foreseeable future. And I've heard maybe more than whispers about Ontario. I know the Premier is saying he's going to push the stay-at-home back till June 2nd, but our industry doesn't stay at home, right? We have to go and take care of the horses. So say if we're ready to go when these restrictions loosen, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I suspect the first part of June, Ontario will be back racing Does that change our plans? Yes. As I said about our Illinois plans, it's fluid. I personally thought there was no shot New York was going to be back racing, yet here we are. I didn't think that New York would be back for a while. I know Buffalo had given up all their stake races, so they're not racing in Buffalo, but they are racing in Tioga, Vernon. I think I've heard Saratoga also won't be far behind. I'm not sure about Monticello, but that's out in the middle of nowhere also. So you have 3-4 tracks in New York that potentially could be up and racing. So Tuesday actually brought more than I thought it would. I was hoping for some sort of clarity, and it looks like we got a lot more than we bargained for. So it's looking good in that regard. Now, tomorrow, I know I said we're going to drone tomorrow. That's wrong. The reason being, early Wednesday, they're going to start grading the track, fixing the track. Obviously, as the frost came out, there's some little waves in there, like any track, any farm track. You have to get it graded. Friday afternoon, we're hopeful we can get material put on it. If they screen it all Friday, we will have a lightning fast track for Saturday for you guys. Looks like a high of plus 20, low winds, very low chance of rain. Saturday makes sense for all of us. So we're looking at a little training tomorrow without the drone, fixing the track tomorrow afternoon, resurfacing it on Friday. Saturday, we should be good to go with the drone. I have to follow up with Curtis, but it looks like Saturday would be great for us. So that's the plan for here. All our horses continue to be ready to go. For those of you, thanks so much about the questions about the dog. I is inundated with messages. How's Cruz? And Cruz, it appears, had a stroke. He seems fine. He seems back to normal. I don't know why. I don't think anybody can ask why. I wasn't paying $4,000 to have an MRI done, so I don't know what caused it. But Cruz seems to be back to himself. I'm going to go easy on him for a little while, leave him at home, and then let him stretch his legs at the barn in the coming weeks. So, scare, but at the same time, Cruz is okay. So, that's it. Still a lot to talk about today. We get the opening of some racetracks, some jurisdictions, racing on the way, at least soft schedule dates in place, hopefully hard schedule dates to follow, and we'll get back going. Our 2-year-olds, if we're going to qualify them in Ohio, if Jason and I have to move to Ohio for a month to get that done, so be it. But we will continue to be on track with these horses for the summer. And the 3-year-olds, as I said, on the 23rd, we should be ready to really rock. Put them in the bike. 3-year-olds are going 2 minutes, 2:1. 2-year-olds are going 2:6. They'll be well on their way. And I'll be back to you guys very, very soon with a firmer date on everything. But for today, great news in horse racing for today. Talk to you guys soon.